Hi, my name's Elia, and I'm presenting from Tottenham, Ontario, Canada. Today I'll be sharing my senior thesis project, which is social media and self-perception. I had to change my initial study quite a bit given the current circumstances, so I've generalized my project to analyze social media usage and self-perceptions and how both of these things change the usage of mental skills. Social media is something the majority of us use, but it can also cause some negative effects. Research has shown that the heavy exposure can damage mental health and cause anxiety and depression disorders. Self-perception is essentially the belief and attitudes a person formulates in regards to their personal identity. This can be influenced by others' behaviors or attitudes and an individual's surroundings. Past research suggests that these perceptions are developed in childhood and can be affected by social factors like leadership roles and acceptance in the social groups. More in-depth research of self-perceptions has found that the more positive someone's self-perceptions are, the more successful they will be in setting and achieving goals. Mental skills are commonly used in athletics to enhance performance, and using skills like mental imagery and self-talk are performed more efficiently at higher levels of competition, but are also proving to be useful outside of athletics as well. Research suggests that using mental skills can help people cope with mental health issues. I did have to change my hypotheses based on the modifications I made to my study once we switched to an online format. My new hypotheses aim to find correlational relationships between mental skills, social media, and athletic competition levels affecting different variables. My first two hypotheses aim to find a relationship involving social media usage and mental imagery usage, or social media usage and physical appearance satisfaction. The last three hypotheses aim to do something similar, both athletic competition levels in relation to willingness to seek professional mental help, ability to perfectly imagine a skill, or belief in mental health affecting performance. Given the background information and hypotheses, the purpose of this study is to establish a connection between social media and mental skills and self-perceptions. In order to do this, I had to start collecting my data. 72 people participated in this anonymous survey, and the majority of the sample were female. I composed a survey that contained a short demographic section and a section where participants indicated how many times they frequented Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok in one day. These sections were followed by 10 statements outlining mental skills like mindfulness, self-talk, and imagery that I had created with the influence of the 9 mental skills pyramid. This was followed by the state self-esteem scale to determine esteem and perception levels of the participants, which led to the sports imagery questionnaire, and lastly the college student wellness model to gauge imagery usage and mental health beliefs. The survey was composed on Google Forms and posted on social media as a link for willing participants to take. To test these hypotheses, I used Pearson's-R correlations and Spearman's correlations. I used a Pearson's-R correlation test on hypotheses 1 and 2. As a result, there is no significant correlation between social media usage and mental imagery usage, or social media usage and appearance satisfaction. To test the remaining 3 hypotheses, I used Spearman's correlations, since athletic competition level is a nominal variable and not ordinal. As a result, there is no significant correlation between athletic competition level and willingness to seek professional help, or athletic competition level and being able to perfectly imagine skills. But there is a significant correlation between athletic competition level and the belief that mental health affects physical performance. To wrap everything up, the relationship between athletic competition level and the belief that mental health can affect physical performance is the only hypothesis that can be supported by this data. There are many limitations within this study. There was a very small sample size, and more in-depth data analyses could not be done accurately without jeopardizing the validity of the results. Data was also collected online through my own social media accounts. That being said, willingness to participate was probably not as high as it would have been through face-to-face data collection. The social media following that I have is also predominantly composed of athletes, which explains the high number of athletes within the sample, which also means that these results cannot be used to generalize a population. My results parallels that of past research. Athletes tend to have different views on mental health and physical health, and how they relate to one another. Past research also addresses how there is mentally tough stigma surrounding athletes that can prevent them from seeking help regarding their mental or physical health. Moving forward, future research can help investigate these potential stigmas and how they can potentially vary among athletic competition levels. Thank you for your attention, and I hope that you stay healthy and safe.